Top of the morning. Welcome to day 34 and chapter 7 of Just Jake's Great Summer Cycling Adventure from Houston, BC. I stayed here last night at a lovely campsite, the Shady Acres RV. The price was right and it kept me dry from the rain last night and this morning. And chapter 7 is leaving Houston and we're heading to the coast, baby, towards Prince Rupert. And so this chapter is going to consist of our adventure into the coast range. As you can see, there's the foothills of the Eastern Front, up and over and down the other side towards Prince Rupert. It's time to stop wasting daylight. Time to start getting on. Day 34, chapter 7, to the coast. It's a go, baby. We are still many days away from the coast. It's 400 kilometers from there to Prince Rupert. It's gonna be a big couple days. We got this. Some of the rain that they've been calling for is starting to show up. And the road doesn't look bad on camera, but imagine riding on wet granulated sugar. It's kind of what it feels like right now. Sigh. Looks like I found the peanut butter mud. So about a kilometer back, I came around the corner and found about a kilometer worth of peanut butter mud that I had to walk through. I stopped before it got too bad and walked and pushed my bike through, but this is what I was worried about, coming across some of this stuff. Thankfully though, I'm only a few hundred meters from a jump off point that takes me back towards the highway, and yeah, we can get on the highway for a bit and let the roads dry up, because any cyclist, bike packer, mountain biker, anybody who's on the back roads knows peanut butter mud is absolutely the worst. The worst. We're gonna find a dry spot, shake some of this mud off, and get off this road for a couple hours, let it dry up some more. I knew it was coming. Had my fingers crossed, but yeah, here we are. Okay, so I've pulled myself up onto an asphalt road here. We're going to jump on the yellowhead here in just a little bit. And I've scraped all the mud off that I can. That's disappointing. I really wanted to ride gravel roads today to Smithers, but I'm not going to fight with peanut butter mud. So, back on the highway for a little bit. There is another spot in between here and Smithers where I may be able to jump back on if it dries out a bit more for the day, but I have a funny feeling it's probably not, because it's raining on the other side of the valley and that's where the road is. So onward to Smithers. Life on the yellowhead. So we just rolled into Telkwa, BC. I'm just standing at the confluence of the Telkwa and the Bulkley River. Just had a quick pit stop here. We're going to roll on through. We're still about 30 kilometers out from Smithers, I think. Maybe a little less. Telkwa looks like it's just a tiny little spot on the side of the highway. But, you know, At least they got a pickleball court. From what I understand, this bike path takes me all the way into downtown Smithers. I'll take it. Made it to Smithers, baby. Let's go. All right, top of the morning. Welcome to day 35 of Just Jake's Great Summer Cycling Adventure, coming to you from Smithers, BC. I decided yesterday when I got up, I was going to take a rest day, and it's kind of, I had to do some running around town, and so I just used that as a good excuse to just do absolutely nothing and stay in Smithers for the day. I spent the night last night in their municipal campground right alongside the Bulkley River. Again, like most of the small towns along this journey, these municipal campgrounds are a godsend and a savior. Yeah. Northbound, heading out of Smithers towards New Hazelton and points beyond. To the coast, baby. To the coast. Day 35. It's a go. Alright, we're just rolling out of the municipal campground. We've got some trails that are going to take us right back up into town. We're going to have a second breakfast, and jump on the road and get going. Oakley. So I'm just taking a quick pit stop on the side of the highway at a place called Winsett Canyon, right here on the Bulkley River. It's a pinch point and a huge elevation drop for the Bulkley. And from this point on, it'll pretty much be downriver all the way towards Terrace. And we are definitely entering the mountains now. And we're heading on to the coast, baby. Anyways, Winsett Canyon. Just Jake's Great Summer Cycling Adventure. Heading on towards New Hazelton and Terrace. Yeehaw! Oakley dokley. So I'm at the junction on Highway 16, the yellowhead between New Hazelton, Old Hazelton, and South Hazelton. After stuffing my face with food and ice cream and all the things that bike packers like to do when they stop, I've decided I'm going to carry on for about another 50k today to a place I have picked out for camping for tonight. It shouldn't be too bad. It's still only about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is the first day of summer, so we still have plenty of daylight left. This is the longest day of the year. We're going to carry on. That's our destination for today. 42 clicks to go along the highway, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Should be there in a couple hours. As much as I despise highway riding, the views are top notch as I'm getting in more and more into the coast range. Just jumped off of the Yellowhead there for a little bit. Gonna go through a small place called Skeena Crossing. This little byway just keeps me off the highway for about 10 or 12 clicks. Doesn't really add or take away any time from my trip. It just change of pace from the highway, and I'll take it. We'll be meandering along the banks of the mighty Skeena. Okay, well that was a nice reprieve from the Yellowhead for a little bit. Now we're back on it again.
Continue on British Columbia 16 West for 18 kilometers.
Yes ma'am, carrying on. Crossing over the Skeena, headed into Kitwanga. Oakley dokley. So day 35 in the bag. That was a 125 kilometer day from Smithers to a small place called Kitwanga. I'm staying in their Centennial Park. It's another little municipal campground that's either free or by donation. We've reached the Skeena River and we're now following it downstream all the way to Terrace, and from Terrace we'll be following it all the way to the coast to Prince Rupert. So we should be in Prince Rupert in a couple days, maybe a week. I'm gonna retire early. I'm very tired. That was a lot of riding today on the highway in headwinds and lots of traffic. I'm gonna make some dinner and pretty much retire right away. Get on the road early tomorrow before the traffic and the heat get too bad, and head into Terrace, and then it's on to the coast from there, baby. First day of summer, day 35 in the bag. Just Jake, great summer cycling adventure coming at you from Kitwanga. Great little place off the side of the highway. If you're ever in the area, roll through. They'll put you up. That's all I got. Night. Hi, look at you. Top of the morning. Welcome to day 36 of Just Jake's Great Summer Cycling Adventure. I'm just standing here on the banks of the mighty Skeena. We're pulling out of here today, and we're going to be following the Skeena downstream for about 100 kilometers to Terrace. And when we get to Terrace, we'll do as we do. We'll recalibrate, readjust, and reevaluate our next step. It's going to be a hot one today. I can see some smoke as some haze has settled in, which hopefully means that there's not going to be any brutal headwinds today. So we're going to get on the road early and get moving and try to get to Terrace in a reasonable amount of time today. Day 36 of Just Jake's Great Summer Cycling Adventure. It's a go. We're leaving Kitwanga and heading south towards Terrace, or west towards Terrace. Anyhow, it's a go, baby. Okay. So, I just had breakfast there at a little roadside cafe. We're pulling out. We're heading westbound and down the Skeena towards Terrace. 100-kilometer day today. Let's go. There's the Seven Sisters off in the distance there. Magnificent, beautiful. I wish it wasn't so hazy, but yeah, there they are. Stopped along the side of the Skeena here at a rest stop. Just jumped on down to stock myself with some nice cold water and rinse some of the sweat and the grime off. Just taking a little break. Still got about 35-40 kilometers to go till the next waypoint. Not the worst place to stop and have a break. The mighty Skeena. Look at that. The Coast Range, baby. We're getting closer to the ocean. Crossing over the Skeena into downtown Terrace. All right, so 100 kilometers later, from Kitwanga to Terrace, we've arrived. It is very hot, it is very muggy, and it's also very smoky and hazy here. I'm very tired after that ride, even though it was downstream and mostly downhill the whole way. I'm very tired. That was a lot of effort today. We're in Terrace, baby. Coast is just another couple days away. Yeehaw. Okay, we're just gonna check this place out. Apparently this is a nice little municipal campground they have here. But let's go see what it's all about. Bulkley, day 36. So just Jake's Great Summer Cycling Adventure in the bag. It was a 100-kilometer day from Kitwanga to Terrace along the Yellowhead. I'm definitely getting tired of riding on the Yellowhead, but it is what it is for right now. It's the only place to ride through this part of the world. And it was kind of boring and hot and muggy and definitely exerted a lot of energy getting to Terrace today. A highlight was definitely stopping off at the Kitwanga National Monument, which is a recreation of an old native village. And very fitting to do on National Indigenous Peoples Day here in Canada. So yeah, kind of nice to just be there and look at all the stuff and sort of be in a space that has been held by people for thousands of years. So yeah, anyhow, I don't really got much more to say. I did a resupply in Terrace. I'm about to stuff my face with more food. I went into town and stuffed my face at a restaurant. And I'm gonna head off to bed. Day 36 tomorrow. And one more day closer to the coast, baby. We're gonna continue following the Skeena out to the Pacific Ocean. We might make it to Prince Rupert tomorrow. We might not, who knows. That's a pretty big push. But anyways, day 36 in the bag. Just Jake's Great Summer Cycling Adventure. Night. Top of the morning. Welcome to day 37 of Just Jake's Great Summer Cycling Adventure. Coming to you from Ferry Island Campground, Terrace, BC. We're going to be rolling out of here in just a bit, heading towards Prince Rupert. It's about 150 kilometers from here to there today. I doubt that I'll make it that far today. I really don't feel very well this morning. I did not sleep well. I have a really bad headache, really bad neck ache, and my stomach just does not feel like a happy camper this morning. So to say that I feel awesome would be a lie. So we're just going to take it easy this morning until I start feeling better. And just keep pushing on westbound and down the Skeena River towards the coast, baby. You sort of have to time your arrival in Prince Rupert with the ferry system. If you don't, you could be stuck there for up to 2 to 3 days sometimes before the next ferry shows up. But you know, whatever, we'll figure that out when we get there. As we do, I'm not too worried about it. Day 37 of Just Jake's Great Summer Cycling Adventure. We're pulling out of Terrace and we're heading westbound, baby, down the Skeena to the coast. I'm a little bit excited to see the ocean. Yeah. Anyhow, we're rolling out. Let's go. Oakley dokley. That's it. 132k from here to somewhere. And 150k to Prince Rupert. I think that would be a bold move, Cotton, on my part, to try and make that all in one day. So the ride out of Terrace to Prince Rupert, I've actually been really looking forward to doing, despite it being highway riding. The ride down the Skeena River Valley here is just absolutely a beautiful place on the planet. And it's the first few days of summer. Everything is lush, green, you know, it's beautiful out. The mountains still have snow, as you can see. And yeah, there's a reason why people come from all over the world to travel this section of highway, whether it be by car, truck, van, bike, motorcycle. It's gonna be an enjoyable ride, I think. So I had some lunch there at that little roadside stop. I could have camped there for the night if I wanted to, but it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's only 90 kilometers to Prince Rupert from here. So I'm gonna push on. I don't know if I'm gonna actually make it to Prince Rupert, but it's a little early to stop yet. My goodness. It kind of just takes your breath away, really. This is absolutely one of the most beautifulest rides I've ever been on in my life. And just like the rising and falling of the tides, the headwind is back yet again for another day. Oh, this headwind is kind of beating me down right now. I've been walking for a while. So I'm still quite a ways away from it. Okay, so I've left the Skeena behind. We're about to climb up and over the pass and towards Prince Rupert. Still going to be many more hours until I'm actually in Prince Rupert. That headwind coming out of the Skeena definitely slowed progress exponentially. That was definitely some of the worst headwind I've had on the whole trip by far. So yeah, but at least we're out of it now. But now I've got a heinous climb up and over the mountains, then down into Prince Rupert. Okay, made it to Rainbow Summit. 160 meters or 525 feet. I know that doesn't sound like a lot after some of the summits we've had on this adventure, but coming straight up from the Skeena up to here, it was basically straight up, so that was definitely a challenge. Anyways, we're gonna be going through the pass and it's downhill to the coast from there, baby. And that'll pretty much be the last of the big climbs of this adventure. Yeah, we're getting really close to the coast. Let's go. Ten more, and we'll be at the coast. Can't believe we're getting that close now. Holy. Top of the morning. So, as you can see, we made it to the coast, baby. Here I am in Prince Rupert. I'm just standing down by the water here. Yesterday was day 37 of my great summer cycling adventure, and it was a 150-kilometer ride from Terrace down the Skeena River into Prince Rupert. I would have done a post-ride report, but I was absolutely cooked after that ride. I only wanted to do 3 things: eat food, eat ice cream, and get some well-needed and well-deserved sleep. So, no post-ride report. My arrival in Prince Rupert unfortunately did not line up with either of the ferries that leave here, so it gave me a forced rest day here, which gives me the opportunity to sort of mull over, reevaluate, readjust, and recalibrate what I'm going to do next. and I have two options. Option number one is I catch a ferry at 10 o'clock tonight and I head over to Haida Gwaii for a couple days and continue the adventure there. Option number two is I spend one more night here in Prince Rupert and I catch a ferry at 7:30 in the morning and I head back to northern Vancouver Island, and that will basically wrap up this great summer cycling adventure. I'm gonna take the day, bum around the town of Prince Rupert, and mull over my next decision. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say other than that. I'm kind of brain dead today. I'm really tired. I'm very exhausted. It's been a long few days. However, that ride yesterday from Terrace down the Skeena River Valley to Prince Rupert was absolutely mind-blowing. One of the best sections I've ridden on this whole adventure so far, and the scenery was just out of this world. I would do that ride again in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even hesitate. I would ride that Skeena River Valley again without hesitation. Amazing ride. We're gonna go bum around town for the day and play tourist and maybe even get some video edited and eat food and all that fun stuff and make a decision about what we're gonna do next. But this also closes out chapter 7 of Just Jake's Great Summer Cycling Adventure to the coast. You know what that means? It means hit all those real important buttons to appease the almighty algorithm. It keeps you guys in the loop and it really helps out the channel. And until the next chapter, or until the next time I check in with you, I'll check you guys later. Signing out for a rest day in Prince Rupert. We made it to the coast, baby. 37 days ago, I said goodbye to the ocean, and now I lay eyes on it. And in typical West Coast fashion, it's a little gray, it's a little drizzly, it's a little wet, but it's very comforting to an island boy. This is more normal for me, and yeah. Anyhow, chapter 7 is done and in the books, baby. Check you later.